Okay, Kyla, since you mentioned Kobe, I have a question. Jerry West is currently the NBA logo, and he has basically said that he didn't want to be. How do you feel about replacing him with Kobe?
I mean, I think that's a great idea, especially to pay homage to such a great player who influenced, the game all over the world, not only in the NBA, not in America, but all over the world. You see people wearing Kobe, they know who he is, they love him. And so, doing that would just be amazing, and just it'll let the legacy live on forever if we could just, change the logo to Kobe. So I think that's a great idea. And I think, we should do that.
Jason, Savon, either one of you have something to say?
Uh,
You both quiet for once?
no,
Bill Russell should be the logo before anybody. No disrespect.
Well, I mean, he is the go-to. I can respect
You don't
that.
give him his credit for what he did in his time at his height. He's like Charles Barkley height, but he did things that you see Shaq, Dwight, all the best big men do. And he played against the so-called best basketball player of all time in Will Chamberlain. And he actually played and won 11 championships in 13 seasons.
Mm.
Come on.
I mean, that's true.
11 and 13?
look,
Come on.
we agree. Savon and I, listen, we agree that Bill Russell is a great player, and one of the greatest.
I feel like a butt is coming though. But if
Now-
there's a butt, you don't agree with me.
Here's where the butt comes in. It's that, first of all, you said he was the size of Charles Barkley. Bill Russell's 6'10". Like, it wasn't like he was tiny. And at a time when a lot of where you had centers who were 6'9" and 6'10", that was pretty common in the early, mid, and late 60s.
Okay.
So the fact that he, I think his height was pretty average or even above average. I think as far as a logo, I'm talking about a logo. Now, number one, I think Kobe Bryant is a good idea. The only thing the only reason I wouldn't want Kobe, and I'm gonna keep it real right now, is that there'll be a whole lot of chatter from people who want to talk about other parts of his life that will distract from his greatness that we remember.
That's very true.
And I think it just brings up a whole lot of controversy that actually will end up hurting Kobe's family and people who love him. People who never think about the NBA logo, don't know who Jerry West is, will all of a sudden have a comment about Bryant being the logo. And I think that's one of the things one of the reasons why I don't necessarily don't know that that's the move. As far as a cool logo, and since you want to take it back, I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and having the skyhook on the logo would be kind of cool just to look at. I think that would be a dope logo. Kareem, as I said, and I don't care where you play, whatever, if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar isn't at least in your GOAT conversation, I don't respect your basketball knowledge. He should at least be in the conversation. He doesn't have to be the GOAT, but he's at least in the conversation. All-time leading scorer, and somebody who basically changed basketball. They outlawed the dunk because of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's why he developed the skyhook, because they wouldn't let him dunk. So I think that, but honestly, moving forward, I kind of see where Doc Rivers is coming from. It should be, and I'm going to agree with Doc Rivers, and I'm going to agree with Kyrie Irving. I was about to call him Kyla Irving. Kyrie Irving. I'm going to agree with both of them. I think it should. The NBA is nothing but African, so it should be a black person, on that logo. Black people built this league, made it what it is today. And at a time we're talking about racial justice, having Jerry West be the logo of a league that for the last 25 years or 30 years has been 70% black, to me, doesn't make sense. And I agree with Doc Rivers that the logo should probably be Michael Jordan. And I'm not the hugest Michael Jordan fan. I love his basketball, but some of his off the court stuff and some of the way he carries himself, I don't necessarily. There are other players I like more. If we're gonna get into the conversation, LeBron and Mike, I'm with LeBron all day. But there's no question. I grew up in the 90s watching Jordan. There's no question that Jordan elevated the game. And Kaila talked about Kobe bringing it to an international audience. And I'm going to dispute that. And I'm going to say Michael Jordan is the person who made basketball bigger than just the United States thing. I mean, I grew up.
I feel you when you say that, but Kobe was actually immersed in it. Like, Kobe spoke these different languages. Kobe actually partake in these different venues. And he grew up, where did he grow up again? Italy or? You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually is immersed. So when you actually say, like, involved with international, I feel like Kobe is more dominant in that range because he's actually been there, immersed in it, speaks it, like, all that. Like, he even learned to talk, learned the language to talk trash to a player. So, so when you play international, I'm willing to dispute that. Kobe is the guy over there. So.
Yeah, see, no, I listen, I agree that Kobe did a lot of things, took a lot of things that Jordan built the foundation on, and further, I won't say took it to another level, definitely carried on the legacy. But when you talk about taking basketball internationally, globally, where you had everyone who could afford one in China, in Bangladesh, in El Salvador, wearing an NBA jersey, it was Michael Jordan. I mean, that's who it was. I can tell you that for a fact. It was Michael Jordan, was a household name. I went to Kenya when I was in high school, and I think their rims were a little short, but I was dunking the ball. I think the rim was probably about 9'6". I'm gonna keep it real. But in high school,
but go ahead.
In high school, I could hop. Anybody will tell you that my best sport was actually track with the high jump. But anyway, I went up and I was dunking the ball. And what do you think all of those Kenyan kids were saying?
Michael Jordan.
They all knew Michael Jordan in the middle of Kenya. So I think, honestly, we got to say that Michael Jordan is a person who took the sport to another level. I'm a big Magic Johnson fan. I love the Bad Boy Pistons, but Jordan took the sport to another level internationally. And I think he definitely should be on the logo. I understand the nostalgia for Kobe. If there wasn't that one blemish on Kobe's background, that will just cause all these people and all these op-eds and all this stir, that's only going to hurt his wife and hurt his family and hurt his kids. I would say I'd be totally with Kobe being the logo, especially the way that he left the earth. But I think, I think out of protection for his family, I think Michael Jordan should be the logo.
Okay, I want to say Vanessa Bryant has said that she wanted him to be the logo, like she approves. I don't feel like the NBA will do it though for that reason. Right now they say it's because, the cost of rebranding and yada yada, but I think it's more the whole, it brings scandal to the logo.
It's always political with anything, so politics is always gonna come first.
Trust me, the NBA has the money to rebrand.
Okay, can AZ Fudd and Paige Bueckers coexist at UConn?
I think so. They're actually best friends. I've known AZ since she was like 6th grade, so I have her on social media, but they're actually best friends and they always work out, train together. They play together on USA, if I'm correct. And so I think, they definitely can coexist and definitely complement each other when they get to UConn. They'll definitely push each other in terms of making each other better every day in practice. And that's what UConn does. That's what all, top schools want to do. They want to bring the best players in to their program so that they can elevate their program. And so, that's what the best, programs do. So I think they'll be able to coexist. UConn has had so many talented players be able to showcase their talent, yet play together and win championships. And so I think they'll be able to do that. And, them being best friends off the court is just going to play a bigger factor into their chemistry and how they play together.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell them. Like, if you on social media, if you follow any basketball pages or anything like that, you will see them playing together, playing around together. Like, even like they I said, they knew each other for a long time now. So like that was my thing. If you're cool off the court, you're going to be cool on the court. Like, chemistry is big. So if I know how you play, it's just going to be even better on this level now because they already, like I said, they already been through it in the past. So it's going to be the same thing when they get to the next level. If not,
exactly. And they're like, going to each other's houses. Like, AZ went to her house and stayed for a week and vice versa. And so, like, they really have a genuine, cool relationship, and they probably will most likely transfer on the court. So I think they can definitely coexist.
And I actually watched her play when she played for Wilson. I watched her play in the championship. Well, they lost to Dunbar. I don't know how, but they lost in the championship. But she was like, she is really the truth. Like, she's a baller.
Yeah, I've been watching her since, because she played with Takeover. I played with Takeover, but obviously she's younger. So I've been watching her since 6th grade. And I remember one game, she I don't know if she hurt her right hand, but she was shooting with her left and it looked the exact same. And I was like, dang, like, she's going to be a problem shoot with her left and right hand. And so she's always been, top of her class, always separated herself. And so I'm like really proud to see her, develop into the woman and player that she is and getting all that national attention, and just want her to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see a lot of DC area and Maryland folks actually make it to those top levels. I've been arguing that Maryland, and any of our 12 viewers out there, I would argue without question that Maryland has the best basketball.
That's all for this episode of The Sports Place. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe below. Don't forget to check back with us tomorrow for our third and final piece of our chat with Kaila Charles. And as always, thank you for watching.